Hello, it's your gourmet cave woman back with you again. And as we all know, we are all isolating, self isolating, and trying to make the most of a difficult situation on the planet at the moment. However, it's important to stay upbeat, positive, and active at home. So, this is why I am about to show you how to make a banana bread with whatever you have in your home, and you can be creative. So I looked at a lot of different banana bread, muffin, etc. recipes on YouTube, and I've come up with my own version using what I have here in Connecticut. So I'm going to be using tiger nut flour, 1 cup. I have some Teff flour left, 1 cup, and almond flour, a 1/2 cup. I'm going to use 1/4 cup of flax seeds, and of course, baking soda, 1 teaspoon, sea salt. This is the flax seed I'm using. And I'm using, instead of just ordinary nuts, I have this Go Raw Trek mix. So what I did was I took 2 of these bags and I used my small Cuisinart. And I also have my bananas. Here is the flours and the baking soda and the salt. 4 eggs. Some recipes call for 2, but because I'm adding extra stuff, I decided I better use 4 eggs. And some maple syrup. And of course, 4 tablespoons of coconut oil. Some rehydrated cranberries. Now, for all of you who don't know what tiger nuts are, I wanted to show you, this is what they look like. I love tiger nuts, tiger nut milk, which you can make out of the nuts. You soak them overnight, 24 hours, and then you put them in your blender, strain, and voila, there you have wonderful tiger nut milk. I love it. I prefer it to any of the other nut milks. And then also the tiger nut flour is made, here we are, the biggest company that makes it is Gemini. But there are a couple of other companies that have popped up. So when it comes to the tiger nuts, they're indigenous to West Africa, Ghana, and Nigeria. And Nigeria is very popular. It's popular in Ghana too. And it's slowly but surely moving into the mainstream nutritional foods, because it's very low on the glycemic index, which means your insulin doesn't raise too high, and it still does have a very, very subtle, wonderful sweet taste when you make it into milk. So this is it, tiger nuts. This is what they look like. They grow in the ground like a potato, but they're actually a tuber, but they're really an unusual food. I just love them. And my dearest friend Linda introduced me to them quite a while ago, so I've been using them quite a lot. So I'll be with you in a moment while I put all of these wonderful ingredients together, and then I'm going to bake it in a nice pan, and I'll be back in a minute. So here I am with my wet ingredients all mixed up, and then I'm going to pour them into my dry ingredients, and then into my greased loaf pan. I always like to use butter, or you can use coconut butter, whatever you like. I personally don't like using the parchment paper. I've done that, but I like to really grease it really well with butter. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I've got it all together now. I just have to blend it well, and you don't use a blender or a Cuisinart or a hand mixer. You can just do this by hand. Well, here it is, all in my baking pan, and I'm going to put it into the oven now. Here it is in the oven at 325, but if you want to do it at 350 or 340, that's fine too. Between 40 to 45 minutes or longer. Once you put in your knife to see whether it comes out clean, it's done. And I'll be back with you when it's finished. Well, here it is. all baked out of the oven, and look at the crust, how nice it is. So I'm going to wait a few minutes, turn it over, slice it, and see how it tastes. Well, I have to say, this Cornocopia banana bread, that's what I'm calling this recipe, turned out perfect. So my little experiment, mixing different flours and using whatever was in the house, was a lot of fun. I love experimenting, but I love it even more when it turns out so well. So there you go. I'll give you a nice close-up shot, and you can see the cranberries and raisins, whatever I had in the house I used. So again, I just want to emphasize how fantastic it is when you are self-isolated and you have to bring out your creative juices and get going and do something so that you don't go around feeling bored and stressed out. So of course I love cooking, baking. For me it's a wonderful therapeutic experience, and I just encourage you all to chin up, stiff upper lip, as they say in Britain. This will be over, and use this quiet self-isolation period and make the best use of it. And please don't forget to press the like button and the subscribe button if this is your first time here on my Gourmet Cave Woman YouTube channel. And I will just continue to make wonderful little dishes and post them, and I hope it inspires you to be positive and know that this is a period where the universe is speaking to humanity for a very good reason. I believe there's always a reason for these things, and look for the silver lining. That's the most important thing. So thank you, and let's all get through this on a positive note. Bye-bye.